I have a gallantmon deck profile list for y'all today. This is the deck I'm playing, and I'm only running 4 in trainings. I'm running the Gigimon from EX2, and then for the level 3s, I'm running the the Calmon from EX2, a really strong card. The EX1 Bumon, this is also good for draws. The EX2 Guilmon, this is your searcher. The starter deck Guilmon from the Gallantmon starter deck. This is the one that can warp. Those are the level 3s. This is the level 4s I'm running. Is 2 Agunis, 4 Groundmons from EX2, and these are the BT4 Agunimons. 2 starter deck Greymons from starter deck 1, and 2 Groundmons from the Gallantmon starter deck. Those are the level 4s. For the level 5s, I'm going to be using 2 Rise Greymons, just because I run a lot of Tamers in this deck. 4 of the EX2 War Groundmons. 2 of the starter deck War Groundmons from the Gallant starter deck. Then we're running 2 of the BT2 Gallantmon. This is basically what the Crimson mode does, but not quite as strong. Also running 6 of the EX2 Gallantmons. 1 of the Magidramons. I'm not too sure about this card. I might change it out for another Gallantmon, but it is strong. But I don't know which card I'd rather have in hand. I'll go over the effects right now. And then 2 Crimson mode. 2 of the tie from the starter deck, or from BT1, sorry. And this is just our memory tamer. As you can see, the bigger cards have 6 cost, 4 cost evolutions. Then we're running 4 of the Takatos. Yeah, he gives Gallantmon and Groundmon's Blitz, very strong. And whenever you delete an opponent's Digimon, you can suspend them and gain a memory. And then option cards, I'm running a Judgment of the Blade. This is like a tech in case you go up against D Reaper. Crimson Blaze if you trying to clear the board. Again, this is strong with D Reaper. And then Fireball for draws, but I might change this out and put in a Gaia Force or maybe Memory Boost. But this card is good just because you draw 2, but because it does lack draw since I don't have the promo Guilmon in here. But let's go over some of the cards that we're running. Like the Calmon, whenever you have a Guilmon in play, it drops the cost by 2. So this is actually a 1 drop. So you want him turn 2. You can play him turn 1, but if you're trying to get the benefits of having him, if you have him turn 2 and you have a Guilmon that you raise from if you promote from raising, and then you drop him, and then you digivolve on that Guilmon, he basically calls plays for 0, because you're gonna gain a memory, you're gonna draw a card, and then let's say you have the promo Guilmon that when attacking you draw, well, you can give him an extra 3,000 DP for that attack. So he'll go from, I'm not sure what his DP is, I'd have to look it up, but he'll have an extra 3,000, which gives him a better chance of surviving the check. And then he'll draw you a card, you'll get a card off the GG monster. You're just gonna be drawing 3 cards, and by turn 2 you're gonna have a decent card advantage. And red has a hard time drawing cards, but if you, in fact, you could even drop some of the ties and the fireballs all together and add more Calmons to the deck. And you could with the promo Guilmon, you could just completely get rid of the Guilmon. But like I said, I don't have it, so I'm running the Guilmon because it also gets you to draw, but you have to have it's an inherited effect, so you have to Digivolve over it to get that, which is not quite as strong because you want to have your second turn already set up with that Guilmon for this little guy right here. You just get a boost in memory every time you Digivolve. You draw a card. You're gonna be adding DP, and you're gonna have him come in for one. And let's say you have two Calmons on the field, and you're start really ramping it up with this guy. I mean, you could just get such a huge lead with this. And then you want this is obviously your searcher, so you could search for a Groundmon or a Gallantmon and a Tocado. So this is just a search, but he does have a good effect inherited. It's just to help you clear the board. Start deleting and start triggering the Tocado, so you could start getting memory from him too. And then this Guilmon 2 just helps you draw, and if your opponent has a level 6, you just warp into this guy, and you just start trying to even out the board with your Gallantmon. And if you have the Tocado out, well, you'll get Blitz on it, and they have their effects, so you'll usually be triggering the Tocado and gaining memory off of it. And let's say you have the Calmons in, you'll trigger the Calmons, you'll get memory, you'll get the bonus DP and the draw. And then you'll also be able to swing in to either the security stack, or if they have a big card on the field, you get add that 3,000. You can start clearing over a lot of cards. You'll be 14 with this, 15 here. That's why I'm honestly thinking of putting an ADP in here for the Fireball. But like I said, I don't have those promo Guilmons, so the drawing really helps out here. I mean, you could even put a memory boost just so you could have the memory boost in, but it's very strong too. But this just draws you those 2 cards for 2. And you do really get a lot of memory off this deck because I am running 6 Tamers and 2 Calmons, but you could trade out the completely trade out the Guilmons for the promo Guilmon, because you'll just be drawing off that. You'll get the Calmons. You could change this to 3. You could switch this for either another, for like a Gaia Force or an ADP, just so you could start swinging into the security once you have your level 6 built up and raising. You just drop the ADP. You have them built up with the security checks, bonuses from the Greymon and the War Groundmon. You're going to be checking 3 securities. Let's say you have your Gallantmon, you're going to be checking 4 security cards. That ADP is going to come in handy to not trigger option cards. And then the Megidramon's real good too. I mean, but he does cost 5. But once you have your tie out, your Tocados, say you delete a Digimon, this effect, you have a few Tocados out, you're basically playing for free. And then you could go from your Megidramon. You don't want to Digivolve over him because you want that on deletion effect. So you can play a Guilmon or another Tocado from your hand. So he's essentially gonna be helping you out with that on deletion for 6 memory, because you play any of these 3-drop Guilmons and the 3-drop Tocado. Let's say you have the draw Guilmon or the warp Guilmon, and they have another level 6 out, and you Digivolve and you trade this Megidramon, you get your Guilmon back, and you just start. You could even use them for the on play, because you'll bring them back to the field. You on play, you search again for your other cards you need here off the Guilmon. So it's just really strong. But like I said, we're only running in a 1-of. And then, yeah, this is just trying to control and just hit security hard. You could change out the ties, the fireballs, and the Goonies. The Goonies are just for the late game. Just need that one last attack. You just Digivolve over a Tamer for 2, and just swing in for that final check. I mean, you could get rid of the ties and the fireball. These are like the weakest cards, but I mean they do have their uses. The tie will add another security. So let's say you can have up to +3 security check with him on the field, and a level and a Digimon with 4 or more Digivolutions. You'll be getting that additional check. But yeah, this is my deck list. Like I said, it could be better if I had the promo Gumons, but I don't have that. They're very expensive right now. The Calmons, I'm just gonna be also tweaking this. The more I use it, and I'll post a more updated version once I get more play with this deck. All right, thanks for watching.